history. Let's all make history by making cervical cancer history. Thank you, and I hand over the mic to Dr. Sujata.
So all of you were ready in the starting with your thumbs up. Now I want you to raise your hands again and say, we are going to eradicate this cancer. Go back home, ask your parents, ask your colleagues and dear ones. While age and related batti 9 to 14 years, get them vaccinated. 20 to 21 years, no, just screening. 21 inch, every year, let them have their screening procedures and advise them. Amma screening ayinda, pap smear. Mummy eldam padandi hospital ke elli pap smear cheyinchukundam. I hope you will do this today, all boys and girls. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hand mics. Hand mics.
So once we are done with this, you will be given a post-test survey forms. మీ అందరికీ మీ స్టీవర్డ్స్ post-test survey forms ఇస్తున్నారు. ఇందాక మీరు ఫిల్ చేసిన క్వశ్చన్స్కి ఆన్సర్స్ మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు కరెక్ట్గా మీకు వచ్చిన నాలెడ్జ్ని బట్టి మీకు మేమిద్దరం చెప్పిన దాన్ని బట్టి రీఫిల్ ద ఫార్మ్ అగైన్ and please give the forms back to the stewards. So please fill the post survey forms. Stewards, please distribute the forms to your concerned rows.
So we are about to conclude this, the world's largest cervical cancer awareness lesson. Thank you each one of you for joining, and this message is something that I want you to take home, and this is a great beginning for each one of us to not just to imbibe by yourself, but also to take it across. So the simple things I've already mentioned, I don't want to repeat it again for the sake of repetition, but you all need to fight together to see that the cervical cancer is, ended, and we can eliminate this in our lifetime. So this is a neglected disease which can be easily eradicated. When I started my practice about 20 years ago, cervical cancer was very common. We used to do about 4 to 5 surgeries for cervical cancer. These days, the number has come significantly less. So it is already in the downward trend, and with your support, with everybody, targeting the HPV and the screening methods, we all can definitely make, the society cervical cancer free. So with that, I think I would like to once again thank each one of you for patient hearing and a very disciplined approach for this entire session. There was absolutely pin drop silence, and you really behaved well, for which we are really grateful to you. And the message does not stop here. This is the beginning, and you need to take it across to your friends and your relatives and people across, and even few volunteers we are looking forward, so that they can drive this message to the government schools in this constituency. So yeah, once we are done with this, now I request all the stewards now, because now we have already closed this lesson now, I request all the stewards now to please move to the guest house ground floor, and you will be interacting with the Guinness World Records. So please take the forms that are given to you, the statement for the stewards, and you are all requested to kindly proceed towards the guest house ground floor, and please fill in the number of participants who were there in your cluster, how many attentively listened, how many left. All this needs to be clearly mentioned, and you need to sign the steward form, and please move towards the guest house. Come forward, and should you have any questions, we'll be able to interact later, but this is an amazing experience for each one of us to be part of this history, which is making cervical cancer as history. So I actually request all the stewards, please come forward and move towards the guest house ground floor. Please take your forms with you and fill them up and sign, and then hand over to the adjudicator, Mr. Swapnil, who is in our midst today. I request all the volunteers, please submit the post-lesson survey forms to all the participants. Please, submit the hard copies of the survey. Based on the lesson that you have just now heard, we have made some questionnaires to understand the impact that is created. So you can also, I request the media team to project the QR code as well. So you can scan the QR code and you can answer through your mobile phones the survey. This will help us to, kind of understand the difference that this session has made compared to the pre-lesson survey that is already done, how have you fared? So if you have received really some good information, I think this survey will be very meaningful. This will be an official publication by Vijnan University, across various journals. So this will be a good opportunity for you as well to be part of, such publications as well, and it will help us to know better and, analyze or assess the impact that has happened because of this, awareness drive. Anything you want to? దయచేసి వాలంటీర్స్ అందరూ కూడా పోస్ట్ లెసన్ సర్వే ఫార్మ్ని అందరికీ ఇవ్వండి. నెక్స్ట్ 10 minutesలో మీకు తెలిసిన ఆన్సర్స్ని మీరు రాసి వెనక్కి ఇచ్చేసేయండి. దయచేసి ఆన్సర్స్ కోసం గూగుల్ చేయొద్దు. ఆన్సర్ తప్పైనా పర్వాలేదు, కానీ మీరు ఎంతవరకు తెలుసుకున్నారో అంతే రాసి వెనక్కి ఇచ్చేసేయండి. ఈ యొక్క మీరు స్క్రీన్లో చూస్తున్నారు, క్యూఆర్ కోడ్ మీకు కనబడతా ఉంది. సో ఈ యొక్క క్యూఆర్ కోడ్ని మీరు స్కాన్ చేసి ఈ యొక్క సర్వే ఫార్మ్ని ఫిల్అప్ చేయవలసిందిగా మనం చేస్తున్నాం. ప్లీజ్ కంటిన్యూ టు bear with us for another 10 minutes, even as the stewards are moving towards the the guest house for the final assessment and the count of the number of people and the success or not successful completion is done or not. So basically the review is happening with the adjudicator. So I request each one of you to kindly maintain silence for some more time, and all the stewards, please move towards the guest house. We request you to come forward and share the steward forms that are given to you. Please fill up them and hand over to the adjudicator, Mr. Swapnil, who is in our midst. Is there any steward still in the audience here? Please kindly move towards the guest house. So we will be actually waiting for another 3 minutes before we conclude this session, and I request you all to please maintain silence, and my only humble request is this effort must not stop here. So kindly take it across. Each of you can commit today to take this message to 10 people at least. Today we are about 5,000 plus seated here. Many are watching online. If you can take it to 10 students, it will become 50,000 people taking this awareness message. So that will sensitize the common public at large, and we all will be able to really, save some lives through this effort. Though it is, the measurement of the impact may not be very big at this point of time, but in the decades to come, it is going to be a big game changer. So we have 2 more minutes for us to complete this. I request you to look at the Google form, and I request Dan. Please note that most of the volunteers in your WhatsApp groups, the awareness forms and the link is shared, and you can, all the institutions, these volunteers and leaders, you all have received a WhatsApp message for the link for this survey form. Kindly fill this up, and this will help us to assess the benefit and the message that you want to take it across. So this is our request for you. Please finish it up in the next 10 minutes. And even as we are now speaking, the stewards have already moved on to the guest house, and the counting has begun there. And within few minutes, the adjudicator will come back with the exact count, and he will be able to tell us about this attempt that we have made today. So I request the media team to be ready with the backdrop slide as well, so that we will get to know what is the status today in another few minutes. So without that, I think I ask Dr. Daniel to give few instructions about the survey form.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. So you have been receiving the hard copies of the post-test, and also Dr. Sri ma'am has shared this post-test and pre-test links, Google links, in your groups. So I request everyone to once check your WhatsApp. In your WhatsApp, you can find the Google links. You can answer, you can fill in the details. If you don't have a smartphone, or if the internet is not cooperating, then you can answer in those hard copies also. So you have listened the lesson given by Dr. Chinna sir and Dr. Sujata ma'am. So whatever you have learned, whatever knowledge you have acquired, you can answer those questions, and you can fill in the answers based on what you know. I request, please don't copy, or please don't use Google. Whatever you know, you can answer. Thank you so much. Thank